Feedback for feedback.
Feedback.
So,
One exactly by giving feedback because the words come from heart. That we can sense it, the emotion and everything. That we can connect it. And after what exactly you replied the feedback, that's very positive. Means what exactly was accepted 100%. And next time I'll work on definitely the highlight point of this whole conversation.
yeah, I'm sure because you know the dialogues, what happened. But in cases where I wouldn't say a junior resource or an experienced resource, but experience also does come. I'm not speaking of your situation where the experience has to be taken into validity also. Okay? It may be a wrong analysis sometimes from the wrong to say junior resource, but one less experienced with the more experience. And circumstances should also be, this is not the case, but I'm just giving a broad perspective. Probably we'll have to put it down sometime by saying, good, appreciate it, but let's try this aspect of it. Maybe, I do not know this situation, what is it come to, probably maybe this. But sometimes we have to, in work we do see that. We appreciate your thoughts and all that, but with my past experience of so many years, this does work out. Let's try this. If this doesn't work out, why can't we put this? Maybe that's not judgmental also. I do not know what's the views there.
I think what happens is when you're dealing with emotions, the most important thing is actually kind of giving time. Either you don't open up the emotions if you don't have time, and if you open up the emotions, give time. So sometimes I do start it and then realize that there's no time, and I might cut off, and that person might feel actually slighted, just and not listened. So that judgment I have to take care of. So I would say your point is valid. I always will kind of discuss without judgment, but sometimes you have to actually kind of, you don't have time, then you don't open the discussion, which I would have done multiple times. So then I can have to apologize and when the feedback comes back. In this condition, yes, discussion happened, and I realized that maybe I should not have opened that topic if I didn't have time. And if I had, even if you don't have time, I would actually say, okay, can we do this discussion instead of stopping it? Maybe that stopping was with a feedback, which was maybe felt like just. And it doesn't matter what I do, right? It's important is that the person feels just there's a perception, there's a reality for that person. I need to figure out what I need to do differently. Action, thought, behavior, or communication in such a way. But perception has to be aligned with what we want to do, aligned with the intention. If it's not aligned, you take responsibility and correct it.
In this case, she's at the most opened up to you. Those who are not, and this happens to them, then what?
Yeah, in that condition, what you do is basically you see people kind of behavior changing. So there's something like that. Like I say, hey, you're doing good. Okay. It's one way of telling, right? You're doing good in your work. Or I say, hey, you're really doing good. Which one looks more congruent? Which looks congruent? First or second? The second looks congruent because I'm actually leaning towards it. I was smiling, right? And actually looking at his eyes and telling. Other days I'm just kind of my eyes are some different direction, smile is not there. So there's a congruence required. So we as managers have to learn to see the congruence in what they are saying, what they are behaving, and is their body language. Not that they are lying. Congruence doesn't mean they are lying. Congruence means that they are not feeling comfortable enough to express themselves, and something is bothering them. Then what they are saying. In that condition, you just ask the person, is everything right? Everything is okay? We need to hear. Okay. Am I missing something? Sometimes they'll open up. Most of the time I have seen people opening up and then this is what happened. Okay. Sometimes they don't open, it's okay. After one day is gone, then perfect. If it again continues, their behavior actually different than what was earlier. But the question is this very complicated? No. Once you start being aware of your own emotions, your own body language, and then start observing others, it becomes habit. Like we've done, right? In the program, the training you do or recruitment you do or anything, you have a plan, right? Initially you didn't know. Once you do again and again and again, you become a practice. And practice becomes habit and becomes nature. So this is also nature. Once receiving Indian feedback is nature. Observing people also is nature. Like as a HR, he knows pulse of people. He gets to know people, right? So he has to be extra careful. I also get to know the person. but not always I'm right, right? So I have to be extra cautious. When I feel that I know the person, clarifying is important, so I ask the people. Because 80-90% you might be, but 10% chance is wrong, right? So we should not leave that to chance. Ask the people. So we're not saying us, we are not never certain.
Vivek, see, in a smaller organization where most of us are well within reach of each other, this works well because people have the courage to open up. Because familiarity brings courage. Now, as the organizations grow, like Texas Instruments and all remote virtual organizations. Now, there, how these situations get resolved? So, because very often people won't even meet each other, but then they're interacting. They have already created that political ill will across perceptions, judgment. They never meet.
So what we do at the TI I used to have multiple centers, right? One center in US, Bangalore, Japan. So what you do is basically every 6 months, all the leaders of the centers will meet once and we'll have an offsite, a planning, review and discussion and some team meeting. That helps because anytime you are separate, the divergence keeps happening because small things you will not talk over the phone or email. Ignore kar dete hain, but the distance keeps growing. When you come again 6 months later, you discuss heart to heart, open and come to the same page. Then again go off, start diverging, again come back. So this is the way we do it. But we have to make sure that as an organization, as you go bigger, TI also, we could not have that kind of relationship with the people in US, Houston. But within our team, we should have that. We should have this frequency of feedback. And within our team, we have an effective environment. So each team, each leader will have a team. Within their teams, if she can maintain that kind of transparency and positive culture of open and feedback, I think that trust will build up and that will sustain. And our job will be to see how we can do it at the bigger level. How can we ensure that at least the negativeness doesn't kind of become political. It can be communication gap, but should not be political and sometimes it cannot be kind of using the power and the other things.
Connectedness, like even in our case, like these places like Siddipet, if we have 100 Siddipets, I can't imagine how these people feel connected to the key leaders in the organization. How will
so
they feel?
top leaders, so there's a way they do it. So we used to do it in the US, right? We want to connect to one of the group there. We send the person for 6 months into that team. He develops a connection and bring him back here. He keeps his connections open, 2-3 connections there, and thereby any miscommunication there, we work through that person and close that miscommunication to close level. So every law different place, you have one leader who's actually strong and is able to manage kind of 50-100 people. He is connected and he comes here actually, stays here for longer, develop relationship, and thereby he takes the relationship back, and thereby we are connected.
So we'll have to think about all this as we grow 100x.
Sure. Correct. Okay guys, thank you very much and have a great day.